What the fuck it mean? I'm not available, nigga. Now let a deal. Like, wait, she was sucking you like that? That shit hurt. Thank you for tuning in to the We Live Isaiah Polk sound check. This is Isaiah Polk. Okay. We Live. The kid. Oh, yeah. Boogie himself. Boogie. Yeah, what's up? Look at it. Everyone say hello to Alan. He's in his bag. Give him an eagle. Oh, yes. I'm listening, bro. The song's hitting, man. I see. As well as JC, a.k.a. Mr. Onion Bagel, a.k.a. What was the other one? Big Booty Anonymous T. Sound check. We live. Sound check.
We live.
Oh man. I'm gonna actually sound check it, make sure it sounds good. You know, I'll be prepared mechanically. I think I look back like a nigga. Okay, cool. It sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and blast the link out. 3 niggas watching on Twitch. It's live on YouTube too. If your Twitch doesn't work, I know niggas we used to do it on YouTube all the time, and then we start doing YouTube because. So I'm gonna blast it on Finally got the YouTube working again. You know, Sam had his baby.
Yeah, I saw. Bro, that's what's up.
Very dope. When's yours coming, bro?
Huh?
Where the baby at? Bro, we're waiting on it.
Keep waiting.
Bro.
Just for a little while long.
Bro, we need it. We need that boogie baby. That just sounds like a thing. That just sounds like it should exist. Boogie baby, don't you agree? Sounds so soulful, won't you agree? Yes, Lord. Yes,
I'm
Lord.
done. I ain't mad at it.
But thank you for tuning in to We Live, the Isaiah Polk Soundcheck. I am Boogie. This is Isaiah Polk.
Training plane.
Oh, Paul. Yeah, man, that's my go-to song for festivities.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it works well.
Okay.
Especially when you tired and you don't want to do the work no more.
Feel that.
That's usually how it be. But no, we actually do have a topic, so
Bet.
I was a little more
Before we go
prepared.
down that river.
Huh?
Before we go down that river.
Yeah, because you know we can start talking about some shit like that. We talk about that all night. I'm drinking a Danimals, by the way. This podcast is sponsored by Danimals, strawberry flavor specifically. What kind of phone is that?
It's an iPhone. It's an iPhone 11.
That shit fine. It's yellow. It is a nice one. I ain't seen the yellow joints. That shit blue.
Oh God.
Yeah, I gotta fool around a little first to get those giggles out. It's about when we talk about something serious, because we finna talk about the death of my mom. And I'm just kidding. Nah. Why everybody looks so uncomfortable?
Hold on.
Bro, she been dead for years. Ain't no bringing her back. Y'all didn't kill her. I don't think you did. You know what's crazy? There's no way to prove y'all didn't kill my mom. Y'all both were alive. Can you vouch for where you were at on December 27th, 1998? Can you tell me exactly where you at, where you was and wasn't?
All I know, my nigga, I was like 2.
But can you tell me where you was at?
I cannot.
That's all I'm saying.
I can't rule it out.
That's all I'm saying. But no, tonight, the topic I think that would be fitting given the circumstances of kind of what I'm going through right now is when is it a good time to quit what you're doing and like, okay, maybe that's not the right way to word it. The way I was thinking is like, realistically, let's not even talk about realistically. Statistically speaking, people don't generally work in the field or do the thing they actually want to do until they're in their late 40s or early 50s. Meaning, like, people will go to school, and this is statistically, people will go to, the majority of people will go to college, go into a trade, and do something different until they built up a sustainable income, and then they'll go and do the thing. They're retired, and they lose their best years working rather than doing the thing they want to do. Ideally, is that ideal? Is that like, I feel like I can't live like that. I don't want to wait till I'm 60 and then do...
It's not ideal, but I feel like that's the way society has conditioned us. If maybe not so much nowadays, because I think the younger generation, we're kind of unlearning a lot of that stuff and reprogramming ourselves. But think about coming up in the 80s and 90s, you were kind of taught to, you just got whatever job was going to pay the bills, whether that be factory work or being a goddamn mailman, just whatever was going to pay the bills, you was going to do it.
It said you went offline.
Okay. Katie says, when you get fired is a good time to pay the bills. Appreciate you, Kate.
You're welcome.
Let me see if it's offline on YouTube. Or if it's just Twitch.
Okay.
Did you pay the Wi-Fi bill?
Yes, I did.
You know you ain't got no damn job.
Man, shut up. I know. Damn.
That shit made me fucking
Bro, but it's the truth, dude.
God damn.
She unemployed.
You be like that.
Yeah, that shit is tripping on YouTube. Maybe I am. But shit, what was I saying? I feel like it might be more practical, bro. And I mean, it's weird to say that, especially to hear it from me to say that. I feel like it might be more practical to just work a day job until, even though it's not what I want to do, but it's like, think about it. How many people can realistically quit and do the thing they want to do for money?
Not many.
I mean, now with like things like DoorDash and Lyft, it's a little easier to like let that be like your main focus and do something else on the side, earn revenue on the side. But I don't think that it's practical to say that everyone could do that. And I guess that's why it's good that, you know, a lot of us. But the thing that worries me is, like you're saying, we're kind of dropping the narrative and dropping the idea that like you have to work. So I'm interested in seeing what happens to the generation after us when that's not commonplace for them and they're being told, like, because I know I'm gonna teach my daughter, don't go to school to get a degree. Like, figure out what you want to do first, then, because don't waste your time going. That's what I'm gonna tell my daughter. And if a bunch of people our age are telling their kids that, what are these kids gonna do when they're our age, and how are they gonna look at the workforce? And like, what's gonna happen to? Okay, it's doing the thing again. Oh, I know what to do. But what's gonna, and I'm not gonna stop the conversation because it's tripping, but what's gonna happen to the like the working class that, like, just like there's not as many construction workers anymore, there's not as many architects, there's not as many like masons, there's not as many carpenters, because it's just not work that is, it's not glorified work anymore. Before us, like the generation before us, you know, that was like, oh, he's hardworking. But now our generation, those dads work like that so their kids wouldn't have to.
Trades are looked at more so as a fallback nowadays, instead of, you actually used to have people who wanted to grow up and be electricians and plumbers and HVAC technicians.
But the guys in those jobs were telling their kids, go to college, get a degree. And now we're gonna tell our kids, before you go to college, make sure you belong in college. Before you go to college, make sure, you know, you don't want to be this, or you don't want to do this, or you don't want to do this. But you don't have to go to, you may not be good at this. You may supposed to be like, and I'm just worried that, I'm not worried, but I'm interested in seeing what those kids are going to do at our age. Like, what are you going to tell your kids? What are you going to, how is my daughter, when she's 25, going to be thinking about things like this? Because is she going to, it's going to affect them in a way that we can't see right now, because our parents wouldn't have been able to see that, like, a lot of kids our age aren't going to be that adamant about college.
I'm sure if you asked my mama 20 years ago, was I going to go and graduate college, she'd have been adamant, like, absolutely. just wasn't for me. So.
And here's another thing. I'm 100% confident that if me and you would have really wanted to graduate college,
Oh yeah, we definitely
we could. If we would have really applied ourselves, but it just didn't. It wasn't. It wouldn't have done anything for me. And I look at it. If I would have graduated college, I'd be doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now. Because my degree program is doing the stuff I do right now. I may have been working for somebody else, but I'd be making $10, $12 an hour.
And if there's anybody listening that doesn't believe that, ask the college graduate that's sitting behind both of us.
She's hidden, but she there.
So, it's real talk.
What was your major? Business?
Well, social work.
Did you just not want to? Is that you just not interested in it?
No, I wasn't. The only reason I finished school was because my mom wanted me to finish school. I didn't want to.
Exactly.
I think that's what a lot of kids did. It's like, and I mean, it won't hurt her to have a degree. It's definitely not a bad thing.
Right.
It can only do her good, but you're not dead, huh? Okay, it can only do her good, but but what I'm saying is like, I just can't imagine. I think a lot of kids our age did that to like make their parents proud, and it's like, okay, now I have the degree. But how many people does your mom be like, hey, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go be a social worker? Does she say that? And that's the thing that confuses me, because I get that a lot. That parents, after you get the degree, they don't care if you use it.
Right, which is nuts.
You should be worried about what I'm getting. Why did you tell me to get this piece of paper?
Exactly.
I feel like it's a status thing. Like they want to be able to tell their friends that.
But I'm about to say it's a status thing from parent to parent. So other parents can say, oh, hey, my baby graduated college. Or, hey, my baby did this. They graduated summa cum, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if that ain't what your kid really want to do, ultimately you ain't done nothing but wasted time. You done wasted money. And which, I don't know. The thing with college it's so many college majors out there that I always advocate doing something that you like doing, but at the same time, my nigga, don't be in school for 4 years wasting money on an art degree. Like, what are you like logically gonna do with it?
Katie was a theater major in 2021
in Shreveport. Like,
in Ruston, but still, like.
No, I'm saying like, but living in Shreveport. Like, I can see if you staying in a city like New York where there's a market.
What is going on tonight? Well, Shreveport has not a bustling, but a dwindling cinematic like scene.
Right.
But people mistake theater for cinema, and it's not the same.
Right.
Like theater is theater. Broadway, like, yeah, it's not. Right. I mean, there's some of the same principles, but it's not going to be the same. And realistically, a theater degree is useless because it's a portfolio-based profession. Like, if you get a job, you're going to do grunt work until you get another job and you move up, or you know somebody.
That triggered me because this older guy, he was probably early 60s, told me that my degree was useless.
Yours isn't useless because you can literally be a social worker if you ever want to be.
Right.
Can't you? So that's not really useless.
Like, with a bachelor's degree,
No?
you can't be like a counselor or anything like that. No, you have to have at least a master's degree.
But you can be a social worker though, huh?
Registered social worker, but I can't do the type of work that I would like to do, like working in a school or stuff like that.
So in other words,
It's not useless, but it's a stepping stone.
You gotta fork up some more money. In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to go back to school. Man.
Yeah, and go into piles of debt behind.
Exactly.
And I mean, would you be fulfilled given that you got that job though? Because is that your dream job?
No, it's not.
And that's what I'd be worried about.
There we go.
That's my big thing, is because I don't want to be 60 and be wishing. That's the only thing. If it took less time, I wouldn't be mad at it. Yeah. But because time is, one, you don't know how much you got, and it's like literally the only commodity we have. That's why I fixate on it, because those are your best fucking years. People don't retire. Most of these jobs, you have a retirement plan where you can retire in 30 years. And if you quit before that time's up, that's all gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you waste? And sometimes they're transferable, I think. Like, but
Yeah, depends on the company.
yeah. So it's like, why would I waste 30 years of my life? Now I'm 60, and now I can do everything I wanted to do, and I have all this free time. But all I know is work, and all the shit that I wish I had done. I'm too old for, quote unquote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you think about it, this is the norm 20 years ago. Working 30, 40 years for the same employer and just drawing your pension was the thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's what our parents were taught to do. That's what their parents taught them to do. So that just seems to be the norm. So nowadays you have us kids younger than us who are saying this working 30 years and just retiring, that shit ain't gonna cut it no more. And so you'll have the older generation looking at us crazy, like, what do you mean? Like, but it's just not for everybody. Being an employee for life is not feasible for everybody. And nowadays in 2021, there's so many avenues with the internet that if you have the hustle and the desire, the skills and a little bit of know-how, you don't have to be an employee for 30 years.
But that's another thing. I don't think everybody's supposed to be an entrepreneur, bro.
No.
I think some of you niggas supposed to be employees.
It's not for everybody.
Because I think if you can't work at Sleep Number, you can't be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Because entrepreneurship is sales. And sales is tough.
My thing is, a lot of people are terrible employees. They never show up on time. They never want to work when they are there. But somehow think they be a great business owner. Motherfucker, you don't like to work.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta work hard. You got to work hard.
Exactly, way harder. So, nah, it ain't cut out for everybody.
Take that from a nigga who's trying to do this shit, and I go to work and come home and gotta do some more shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
straight up.
But the issue, because I am a firm believer in burnout. Like I'm not big on the idea that like you gotta work on the days where I think you should take a fucking break.
You got to.
But it's like productivity is super important too. That's why I think that anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur or any kind of like or own a business or however you want to word it, I think they need to really understand two things, and one of them is how important other people are, because you gotta have people around you who are willing to work when you can't. I know that's one of my biggest strengths with any of the shit I do on the side, is that I have people who would step in and do it on the days I don't feel like it or I can, or just like with like photography and video stuff, Alan and Torrin will be there if I just call. You know what I'm saying? Sure. That's super important. And then two, I looked at the Kool-Aid and completely fucking forgot. What was I talking about?
Talking about people stepping in when you...
Before that.
I don't remember that.
Fuck. What was I talking? You don't know. You on your phone like the woman. Just kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. Ha ha. Fuck. Damn. What was it? I was saying that. What was that? What was the burnout?
Yeah.
And I was saying that. Damn. The fuck was I talking about? I was saying you need to have people who step in and help. And you need to know how to make things work when you can't. Passive income is what I'm saying. Because a lot of people are fervent that like, man, if you can get your money to work for you, it's okay to be a little lazy. Bro, I missed this lick. I was finna buy 3 vending machines.
Yeah.
Vending machines are a lick. Niggas our age are so stupid because niggas are afraid to spend some money to make some money.
Right.
If you own 10 vending machines, you don't have to have a job.
Yeah.
A vending machine, you can get a vending machine for anywhere between $500 to $1,000. If you invest $5,000, let's say your vending machine makes $100, $200 a month, and it's gonna make more than that if you put it in the right place. Or let's say it makes $100, $200 a week. You can pay a nigga $30 to go fill that bitch. I guarantee you can pay a nigga $30 to go fill that bitch up. If you own 10 vending machines that make $200 a month, if it's just $200 a month, that's $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas' day jobs make $2,000 a month, and all you got to do is fill up a box with snacks.
Yeah.
You can pay a nigga to do it. I'm just saying, I was I wanted Josh to go in half on me. He just wasn't there financially yet. But I was like, damn, I'm gonna buy some vending machines because vending machines in a barber shop.
Yeah.
Bro, if you go to a barber shop and you put nigga food in that vending machine, you gonna make your money back. Bro, have you ever seen what they charge for fucking cigarettes in Strange Brew? Those vending machines charge like $14 for the cigarettes and niggas buy them.
Shit.
Yes. I'm telling you, bro, if you buy a vending machine, you don't have to have it.
That having a bar in a way is a come up. Even when we talking about, buying drinks at the bar, you go get two crowns
For $16.
Shots, $16. Like, nigga,
Like
what?
that bottle didn't cost
That's
$40.
half the bottle.
Yeah, oh God. Bro.
Shit crazy.
It's ridiculous how many ways to make money there. You could literally get a street vendor liquor license, go to public or private events and bartend.
Yeah.
Charge $7 for a shot of Crown. It's gonna pay for itself. Niggas gonna tip you too. Like,
Damn so.
You can be a little lazy if you let your money work for you. If you get a little, go have 3 kids. Go have 3 kids. You're gonna get somewhere between 6 to 9 racks back the next year for the fucking taxes. Go buy some vending machines. Why are you looking at me looking like I'm crazy? Go have 3 fucking kids.
I wouldn't recommend that.
I'm saying if you're too lazy to go get a fucking job, if you go have 3 kids.
Okay.
Because there's people with 5 kids and still ain't got no money.
Because they ain't got no vending machines.
Goddamn effort is the goddamn wherewithal. They gotta want this. They have to want it.
But if you buy the vending machines, you ain't gotta do shit.
Lazy.
That's what I'm
nigga
saying.
says the wherewithal.
They don't have to. You can pay someone. You can cash out somebody. If I cash out you $20 and be like, go get this money out this vending machine and bring it back to me.
They ain't gonna want to do that. People are selfish.
On their phone?
No, people are.
If they too lazy to get up, I bet you they gonna want to get
People
paid.
want to live off government assistance for their entire fucking lives. They don't care how much money they can
Let's be realistic.
They don't
Time out.
care.
And you know who I'm thinking.
Hey, F all that. Listen, what's wrong with government assistance?
Nothing is wrong with it at all. It's just that people get on government assistance and forget that they can have the ability to go out and work.
Why would they? They're giving you money.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Why should they? If you're given money, why should they? If they can live off of it and it's allotted to them, why would they work it?
It stops you from advancing past a certain
What if you don't want to?
And that's true. There are certain people who are content with that.
And what's wrong with that?
Hey, everybody can't be rich.
Some niggas, no.
ain't for everybody.
Yeah, some niggas are happy being there. And if they have a government allotment, and we don't have to, like, you do not have to agree with me, because I completely understand. Some niggas think that's just lazy. Some people hate the idea of laziness. I'm kind of lazy. I'm kind of lazy, but it's like I'll work my ass off for other people. Like, I like to see people around me eat, and I like to do certain things. So, like, if I want something, and I want other people I care about to have more, so I want more because I want people around me to have more. But honestly, if it was just me, like, if I didn't have a daughter, bro, I wouldn't work as hard.
I was about to say.
Yeah, if I didn't have a daughter, I was fine living on fucking Anna Street in a, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as I found out I was having a kid is when I was like, okay, we got to make some changes. But like, if it's just me, boy, I live in a house, sit in the room, beat my meat, and eat sherbet ice cream while I watch anime all day. I don't care. Because I don't really need that much. I'm not a materialistic person. And you couldn't tell looking around, but you came to my house on Merwin. How much did I have in that room? I had a mattress, a laptop, enough to make music, and I was super simple. Like, it was simple, but like now, I like to have things because I like to be able to give. And I'm finna get on food stamps on Monday. I'm not hating on food stamps.
I'm not hating on
Nobody,
that at all.
I wish I had food.
Oh God.
She acting like she qualified for food stamps. That girl do not qualify for no damn food stamps.
I ain't mad at it. I've been jealous of y'all on the food stamps.
Right.
I ain't never had them. Ow, what the fuck?
Put the lighter down.
First of all, I'm trying to figure out how I keep catching my arm. It's the fan.
Yeah.
I've never had food stamps. Even when I was in college, they said I made too much to make food stamps to get food stamps. I made $144 a week. How the fuck I make too much to have food stamps? That shit was tough. And Did y'all hear that? What the fuck was that? I sold the gun.
Oh god damn.
So now I can't even defend. Like, if a nigga, hey, we over.
Hey, so now we gotta use these bitches.
These bitches gotta be crispy. These bitches gotta hurt. Bro, I sold the fucking gun. I sold it to Chris though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shit, I'm gonna go get another one though. Not now that a motherfucker lost the motherfucking job and shit.
She not gonna get the internet until she finally.
I told her not to go get a job. I told her wait. I told her take 2-3 months and figure out what the fuck you want to do. Even if you go get a job after that. Like, don't keep hopping from job to job unhappy and like, I'm just going to do this so I can pay these bills. Take some time. Figure out what the fuck. There was a movie me and Kate watched. I forgot what the fuck it was called. There's a nigga named Milton who talked like this. And he was like, I look just like. But there was a nigga in it who was like, if you could do... If you didn't have to do anything else for the rest of your life, what would you be doing? If you didn't have to do anything right now, what would you be doing? I was like, Katie, ask yourself that. Like, if you didn't have to do anything, what would you do? And that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't have to do anything, you probably play your guitar. You probably do music shit. Yeah. That's how you know that's what you're supposed to do. If I didn't have to do anything, I'd probably go connect with people and try to help other people do things they want to do. And that's how I know I'm supposed to, what I really want to do is help people curate their talents and get better. So I don't know if that's mentorship or what, but something in that avenue.
Yeah, it is. Link to it for sure. Yeah,
for sure. So I want to know what that thing for her is. And that may be part of my yearning to help people get where they want to go. Yeah, but I really want to know what her thing is, and then but don't keep jumping into these jobs because you're not going to be able to focus on that. You're never going to be able to figure out what you want to do if you're worried about paying the bills. Take some time, fuck the bills. They're gonna get taken care of. They always get taken care of. Stop worrying about the bills for a little while. I know that I've always told Katie that I think that there's some people that are meant to be supporters. There's some people, just like there's leaders and followers, there's some people who are just support. Think about artists. Artists always have that one person who's always been there, and that everybody's not meant to go and actively do something, and everyone's not meant, some people are meant to follow the person, not follow, but be beside the person who does something and help them stay on track, help them be good. That's some people's jobs. I'm not saying that's hers, but I know that's what she's good at. I know she likes art. There's a bunch of stuff I know she likes, but it's how do you, that's a good question, because I'd love to know, how do you pinpoint, other than what I just said, the question I just said to ask yourself, how do you really pinpoint what it is you're supposed to do? Everyone always talks about find your purpose, but it's so much easier said than done, because you can second think it. You can think, okay, maybe this is it, but then what if it's not? I don't know. And then sometimes the purpose you find can be so vague, you're not sure if that's actually, or if it's something deeper. So I wish I could have more insight and give her more insight on what I think she needs to do, but I'm not sure. Torrin says I would have sex with trees.
That's one.
I think he's saying if he didn't have to do anything else, he would choose to fuck trees. And I'm not mad at that. Have you ever seen a tree with a fat ass? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, the trees that be thick as fuck and they had a little hole right in the right spot. Y'all niggas laughing and shit. I'm unemployed, bitch. I know. Getting existential, I see. Nah, nigga.
I know.
Well, I'm just saying. Some of them trees be thick as fuck. He said, my nigga, I know.
Pine cones, bitch.
Huh?
Don't jam your shit in the pine
Bro,
cones.
shit, that bitch look right. Motherfucker look right. I'm not against it.
God damn.
But nah, man, I don't know exactly. Like I told her, there's no way I can tell her what she's supposed to do. I can't even tell her how to figure it out. But I know that time, if you kind of sit back, I think one way to do it, bro, is to sit the fuck down and don't do shit. And whatever you end up doing, that's what you're supposed to do. And here's the scary thing: some niggas will sit around and do nothing. So is you supposed to do nothing? And are there niggas who are meant to do nothing?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
It is.
I'd hate to be one of those people. But like, what do you do when you have a family and you the person is supposed to, and you,
Hey,
the other person just,
that's how deadbeats got here.
I ain't having it.
Happiest people.
Who? The people who do nothing?
The people that do nothing. They're so happy. My uncle, for
Yeah,
instance.
because they shirk off all their responsibilities. They ain't
What if
worried
they don't
about
have
shit.
any?
Yeah,
Exactly.
they don't. My uncle is the happiest man that you've seen. He had no job. I ain't never seen him with no job. He's always at my grandma's house, and there's always a woman ready to take care of him. He happy as shit.
But see, that's the thing. I know I could find a woman who would take care of me,
They out there.
but I don't want that shit.
Right.
They have low self-esteem.
What if they don't?
No, those are the ones that.
I know some who got self-esteem, but they'll take care of you though, because they got daddy issues.
Yeah.
Talk to you crazy too.
Oh yeah, they're still on you. I know from experience, man. They hit you with that whip.
I'm finna say it, but you beat me to it.
There are women out there that are, fully confident in themselves and have high self-esteem that'll take care of a man, but where you gonna find that in the free for it?
That's true.
You
Shit.
just be begging.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's right. You're right.
It's not good.
I just want people I care about to be content and not complacent. I know that I was super happy when you told me that, cause I ain't, nigga, before I damn sure didn't listen to no rock music.
Right.
But like when you told me you were just pick the guitar up, that made me happy. Cause it was like, okay, at least he found some. Cause I knew you like to rap, but I know you never really like push the issue of pursuing it. But
Right.
like, it's a completely different flavor with your guitar and like playing music. Alan, I think, is still trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
But he's doing stuff he enjoys doing, and I think that's a step because you'll figure out what you're passionate about. Every day I'm getting closer to not being as passionate about music, and like,
Really?
but I still love music, and I still love being a part of music. But I don't know how I feel about recording.
Well,
and
think about how much you made a lot of goddamn music.
a lot of music, but I don't. I was talking about this with Katie the other day. Katie, Joey, and Alan. I was saying that, you know what my biggest fear is, and why I would never accept a major record deal. Whether I got it, it could be $1 million deal and the best deal ever, and it's not like a bad, like, you know how people get trapped in them bitches.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it, and because there's one like deafening fear for me is, think about this. I love people I'm in close proximity with, and I become super close to people, and people become like my family really easily. And I want to provide for my family. I want to take care of my family. But imagine you're this artist and you get this $1 million deal, right?
Yeah.
You get all this security, all these people, writers, whether you need them or not, but you get writers, you get security, you get an A&R, a publicist, all these people around you who you tour with, you meet with every day, you're making music with them, and everyone's close-knit in their family. I get really attached to people I care about. You know what I'm saying? Skip ahead 5 years later. Drake drops an album. Drake's still Drake. That nigga's still popping. I'm like Fetty Wap. Nigga not making hits like you. Fetty Wap writes music and he sells a lot of songs. That's not true. I'm like, who's the nigga? Waka's still making money.
Yeah.
Who's the nigga who not popping at all anymore? I'm Ja Rule.
Okay.
Let's say I'm Ja Rule. You're my publicist. I drop my album. I sell 7 units. We can't afford you anymore. You're fired. I'm Ja Rule. Who am I gonna blame for you getting fired? I'm gonna blame Ja Rule because I sold 7 fucking units. They can't pay the fucking publicist. My nigga just lost his job because I sold 7 fucking units. And I keep watching people around me get fired because I'm not as, you know what I'm saying? That's a real thing.
I feel that. But ultimately, me knowing how you operate, I understand exactly what you're saying. But at the same time, it really ain't on you.
It is.
It's the music industry is it don't owe nobody shit. It don't owe nobody no loyalty. And I feel like those people who get involved in it as a publicist to be around you, I feel like they should, or they already do, or they should know what they're getting themselves into.
For sure.
That if you hopping on and you riding, as long as everything good, we good.
Yeah.
Soon as shit start going south, well,
No, for sure. But that's like, look at it like this. And of course, it's never one person's fault. But let's say you're LeBron James. Nigga, if the team is ass, everyone looking at you like, bro, what the fuck going on?
You gonna get the blame for it.
You know what I'm saying? Who do you think LeBron James is gonna blame? He's not blaming the niggas around him. He's blaming LeBron James. All the times LeBron didn't have a team. Who do you think, and he didn't win a championship, who do you think LeBron didn't blame the niggas around him? He took that shit personally. He thinks, like, I gotta get better. And I think that's what makes great people great, but also, I think it's too heavy of a burden I'd ever want to carry. I'd never want to be in a position to feed mouths and it be based off my performance. Yeah. I'm 100% okay with feeding mouths seldomly when I can because I've made some kind of increase. But I don't want to be the sole source of income based off my talents or something I'm doing and like niggas are depending on me to eat. I don't want that. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
No. I don't want niggas having to tell their daughter ain't no Christmas because Isaiah album was trash. Also, just knowing music. Sometimes you make ass music, bro. Sometimes you don't make it dope. Sometimes it's not as good as you thought it was. Yep. And I don't want niggas to lose jobs because it wasn't as good as they thought it was. That's why I never would. That's just me, though.
Okay. That's a noble reason.
It's kind of selfish, though. It's noble and it's selfish. Like, in one light, it's noble, but it's kind of selfish because it's like, it's not that I don't want the niggas' families to starve. I could give a fuck. I don't want them to starve because of me. I don't want them to starve because I was. If he loses his job, if we're working somewhere else and he loses his job because there's layoffs, or if my album's amazing and they just cut Cub, that's different. If they replace you, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you get fired, if they get a nigga who they think will do a better job to push us further, that's different. But if you get fired because I'm ass, that's what I'm worried about. It's really an ego thing, and I can admit that, bro. Wow, that's crazy. And on that note, it's been like 40 minutes. Yeah. Look, next week I was gonna talk about. We are gonna talk about Andrew Benoit. One time I took acid with the boys, and 3 hours into the trip, I realized
my boy
staring at the dummy thick fire hydrant. What the fuck?
Andrew, hey,
who is this shit?
Hey, shout out to Andrew Benoit, the coldest drummer in the team.
Oh, is that who Kai is?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
that's
that
my
nigga
boy.
fucking fire hydrant. Oh,
That's
damn,
nuts.
wildin' up.
Oh, good.
But no, next week I wanted to talk about damn, what was it? Shit, I'll tell you next week. Because I probably won't remember within the next 5 minutes. But sound check.
We live.
Shit, do I have it set up to go? I ain't got the motherfucker set up. I'm just do this again.
It's like, wait, she was sucking you like that?
Shit, ain't it? Thank you for tuning in to the We Live Isaiah Polk Soundcheck. This is Isaiah Polk. We Live.
The kid.
The kid.
Oh, yeah.
Boogie himself. Yeah, himself. Somewhat structured episode. Look at that. Everyone say hello to Alan. He's in his bag. Give him an eagle.